Welcome back, adventurers! I'm your host, R.R. Slugger, and this is the journey so far. In this video, we're going to take a quick respite to discuss all of the Orient Expedition retrospective videos up to this point before we embark for Everest. Starting with the primer episode, I think hindsight has been rather kind to this one. Addressing much of the baggage that the Orient Expedition carries up front has served to avoid getting bogged down by it in every subsequent video. Hopefully some of those folks taken aback by it initially can better see my reasoning now. If not, oh well, maybe one day. In the following episode, Journey to India, we examined two of the smaller sets in greater detail. I plan to start each leg of the expedition like this, so you can expect a similar video for both Everest and China afterwards. Each region in the gang's adventure had one kabaya set assigned to it, and 7422 Red Eagle was India's. I don't really have anything else to say about this one, however. It is what it is. 7410 Jungle River did stir up a bit more discussion though. The Crocodile Shrine potentially being linked to the Ganges River brought us our first look at Hinduism and Indian geography in the retrospective series. Fan of the channel Philip Joe took a crack at rendering this set with some Lego foliage, and I absolutely love the results here. Another fan of the channel, Kit Sanders, took the Jungle River in a different direction. Instead of the Ganges River, this redesign is based on the Saraswati River and features many elements associated with the Hindu goddess of the same name. I've included their instructions in the description too. From the Jungle River to Tygurah's Roar, the gang trekked deeper into India. I think the largest point of discussion with this set was trying to establish the origin of the Tygurah myth. We might as well start there, as I feel I was largely misunderstood on this topic. I think when folks heard me say that the Tygurah character didn't seem to be based on a real legend like the Yeti was, they were quick to jump in with a whole slew of potential answers that all lacked citation, I might add. I guess what I was trying to say is that Yeti equals Yeti in a way that Tygurah does not equal tiger. Yes, Tygurah was likely based on a tiger, potentially from Hindu mythology even, but that much is obvious, right? I was looking for a specific myth that correlated with Tygurah the way that the Yeti is based on its own specific myth. The closest thing I saw to that in the litany of comments was a reference to the Rakshasa, a shape-shifting race featured in Hindu epics. While Tygurah doesn't fit the bill exactly, it seems close enough to be a likely source of inspiration. I agree. Ultimately, I think the misunderstanding behind this was largely my own fault. I assumed a few too many things went without saying, but as YouTube has taught me time and time again, don't make those assumptions. Still, I encourage folks to use less objective language when stating their opinions online. Tygurah is a Rakshasa is a statement that needs citation, whereas I think Tygurah is probably based on a Rakshasa needs no such thing. I normally don't like getting bogged down by semantics like this, but research of any kind, in this case Lego research, requires a bit more precision to the language being used. Just something to consider. Moving on to 7414 Elephant Caravan. I think more than anything, making this episode opened my eyes to how rough the practice of training elephants is. While literally whipping these animals is barbaric, it's not like spearing or jabbing them is all that much better. Historically, these animals have largely suffered at the hands of humans, and that's sad. Sorry to be a downer, folks. To change the subject, let's talk photography. In the video, I noted that Pippin's camera seemed anachronistically advanced for the year 1925, but if we feel like being generous to the graphic designer, it's entirely possible that Pippin is wearing a lights camera, otherwise known as the Leica 1. The Leica 1 was a truly revolutionary device for the era. I'll link a great article on it in the description. As a journalist herself, I think it's entirely plausible that Miss Pippin Reed would have been on the bleeding edge of photographic technology. Maybe she was at the Leipzig Spring Fair and picked one up just before embarking on her adventure. Speaking of photography, there is one related oddity I stumbled upon when making that video. I couldn't find a good place to insert it into the script, but the photo of Sam Sinister's vehicle pictured on this card utilizes some interesting elements not featured in the set. Both the hood and flagpole pieces are different from their retail counterparts. I'm not sure if we're looking at an earlier iteration of the set or what, but I just thought I'd point it out now. Our journey through India also included an unscheduled stop to examine this Orient Expedition clock set. I don't really have much more to say about it here, other than I don't anticipate making any other stops like this in the future. LEGO merchandise from this era is decidedly rare. We'll see if anything else comes my way. Lastly, we made our way to the Scorpion Palace, and wow, what a destination to reach. I was immensely pleased with this video, and even though it seemed to take an eternity to make, I'd like to believe the end result speaks for itself. Much of the bulk of this video was spent explaining how the board game functioned, which will be avoided in future finale videos, thankfully. I certainly don't anticipate our episode at the Temple of Mount Everest to take nearly as long to produce. As we journey through Nepal towards the Himalayas, we'll start to notice a pattern in the LEGO sets we look at. Like I mentioned earlier with Red Eagle and Jungle River, the first episode of the next leg of the journey will feature the two smallest sets together in one video. Following that, we'll default to a similar set arrangement that we traced through India. Even though it might contradict the order of events in the online interactive comic slightly, I want to explore these sets from small to large, and the number of cards each set includes can help guide us there. Starting with the 3-card set, then the 5-card set, then the temple set should make for a satisfying journey. I need to make a few more preparations before we're ready to embark on the second leg of the Orient Expedition, but until then, you can rest assured that I'll be hard at work on other videos in the meantime. The Orient Expedition is far from over. For now, I've made all of the original music I've composed for this retrospective series available here on YouTube, as well as my Bandcamp page, as always. Feel free to check them out and let me know which parts are your favorite in the comment section below each video. I'm always happy to discuss my composition process, so if you have questions, don't hesitate to ask. Until we meet again, I've been your host, R.R. Slugger, and I'll see you next time for another adventure.